whatever you do, I'm begging you, don't become a starving artist. Make money instead. Hey everybody, this is Roberto Blake helping you create something awesome today. Today I want to talk to you about something super important. I want to talk to you about the importance of not being a starving artist and making money doing the thing that you love, or alternatively, make money and do the thing that you love. Very different things, believe it or not. So let me give you some background and context. I thought that the thing that I wanted to do was I wanted to make money and make a living as a graphic designer or as a photographer, because I love those things. And guess what? I absolutely did it, and ultimately, I was miserable. And I mean, it happens. And it had very little to do with not loving design or photography. I learned that I very selfishly didn't love necessarily doing that under rigid constraints and controls, or with like toxic bosses or bad coworkers, the circumstances, or bad clients, or whatever, the circumstances under which I was operating were not ideal and did not make me happy. I loved the art, the craft, all of those things. And I was successful at it to make a living, both in corporate and as a freelancer, but ultimately didn't really make me happy, satisfy me emotionally. In fact, it made me depressed and actually made me resent the thing that I loved so much for a very long time. And while that was my personal experience, I understand that that will not happen to everybody. But there are a lot of people out there, even if they have a job in a creative services profession, that ultimately are just getting by, and they do resent the situation that they're in at their job. And there is an alternative. You could actually choose to operate outside of the industry, make good money, and then you could do what I do, which is I hoard my craft for myself. I use and apply my skills for either myself to grow my business, or I do it as just pure art and expression and either keep it to myself or put it out there at my leisure. What I decided not to do was I decided not to give myself a situation where I have to be told what to make and how to create and how to do it in order to survive, because that could actually completely disrupt your creativity, it can stifle you, and it can make you miserable as an artist. Now that sounds like me talking you out of making a living as an artist. You can absolutely do that if you're willing to do it on your own terms, and if you're comfortable doing client services work, and if you still feel like on your nights and weekends that you have enough creativity and freedom of expression, absolutely do that, whether that's in corporate America or as a freelancer. But if you want to do something, whether it's design, photography, or filmmaking, and you want to make a living at it and you're struggling right now, I have some advice for you. If you're struggling and it's financially crippling for you as an artist, I want to encourage you to look at other methods of making money, especially making money online. I would love for you to actually reference, and I'll link them up here for you. I would love for you to reference my How to Make Money Online videos in terms of how I make passive income, how I do affiliate marketing, or even how you start something like a podcast or an online course, because if you have skill and talent as a creative, there are ways for you to package that or use it to create content that you can monetize. There are a lot of ways to make money as a creative and an artist, and it is not gonna be YouTube ad revenue, although that could be a little bit okay. Today, I wouldn't recommend it. To give you a real world example, I think in my heyday with Amazon affiliate, I was doing $1,500 a month on a very good month. With other affiliate programs that focus more on tools or web hosting and appliances, at a peak, $5,000 to $6,000 a month. I cover this in very specific videos if you want to know how to do that. My point being that by creating other revenue streams, by doing other things online, especially focusing on passive income, it meant I could spend my active time doing video and photography and creativity for me, whether it makes money or not. It also meant that when I decided to do my own business, that I could focus on doing photography to grow my business instead of somebody else's. I could focus on photography that I enjoy doing for leisure instead of worrying about making a living on it, which means that I've been able to grow creatively, have ultimate freedom of expression, and still not necessarily worry about money. The same thing with graphic design. I ultimately stopped doing client services work on the graphic design side, moved to doing marketing and consulting work for the same type of people and charging much more money and getting a better experience both for me and for them by using strategy and marketing as my sales pitch instead of my execution as a designer. And I did better hour for hour, dollar for dollar doing that. And now I get to reserve my skills as a designer and as a visual artist for my brand and my businesses. And that is actually very satisfying for me. This may not be a path that everyone wants to take, but what I would encourage you to look at is think about alternatives. Think about a way to get to a place where you have some other skill or ability or industry that you could potentially work in that's very lucrative, make money, more than survive, and then you would have the freedom to create on your own terms, to be able to do the film that you want to do using that spare time, to be able to know that you're not beholden to making crappy commercials for people for products you don't love, or designing logos for clients that are a nightmare, or doing photography that is soul crushing and uninventive to you, but it pays the bills. I want you to understand that the opportunity exists for you to create without limits if you do make money somewhat of a priority, which brings us kind of to my main point here in terms of don't be a starving artist. You see, you have a lot of creatives that will call people like you or I who actually care about money sellouts or greedy, or that we're not in it for the art. And the reality is I actually get to be more of an artist and operate on my terms by focusing on money and making it a priority. You see, money isn't necessarily gonna solve all your problems, but money isn't evil either. There's a saying that Grant Cardone has put out there that I've really embraced. Rich people have the power to change the world, poor people don't. And the thing is, 9 out of 10 times, that's gonna prove to be true. If you're a successful artist and you make enough money to cover yourself, you have the ability to invest back into other artists. I have moved from being a starving artist and then a freelancer that was getting by and a corporate guy who was getting by to being in a position as an entrepreneur to hire and support other artists or to be able to donate to other artists through things like Patreon. I have the ability, because of being successful, to empower and enable other people to be successful. I get to spend time making videos to help people be successful and be a creative professional, whether they want to work a job and negotiate a better salary with my help through the videos, or if they want to start a business, or if they want to build a product for themselves, or if they just want another outlet for expression. I'm able to spend hours a day putting out stuff that helps those people because I have the luxury of buying back my own time. And I couldn't do that if I wasn't making money and if I didn't prioritize revenue generating activities that have allowed me to have that. I want you to make financial freedom and success your priority. I don't want you to ever glorify being a starving artist and to beat your chest about not caring about money. I want you to care about money and use it as a tool to create awesome things and share them with the world. If you do that, you can buy the best tools for your craft to elevate yourself. You can donate money to causes that you believe in that empower other artists to have that same kind of freedom. You can do tremendous things if you refuse to be a starving artist and if you look at the opportunity that is right in front of you. I hope for some of you that this serves as a wake-up call and that you understand that you can become whatever it is you feel you want to be, and you have the luxury of that when you are successful. And there's more than one route to the success that you're looking for. If you want to be a writer, if you want to be a filmmaker, if you want to be a graphic designer, if you want to be a photographer, the technology and the availability of opportunity in the time that we have right now has never been better for people like you, for people like us, the misfit toys out there who think differently. We have so much that previous generations just didn't have, and you could be taking advantage of it right now. Question of the day: what steps are you taking to be more successful in your life and in your creativity? I want to know in the comment section who's hustling and who's not. So drop that in the comments below. Also, if you have questions about freelancing, creativity, anything at all, drop those and I'll try and answer as many of them as possible, especially those of you who drop it in the first hour that this video is up. I'm more likely to respond to those. Anyway, like this video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out the other awesome content here on the channel. It could probably help you make a few bucks. As always, you guys, thanks so very much for watching, and don't forget, go out there and create something awesome today. Take care.